So we had an anti-Iran rally. Yay. Now these guys are against the deal we struck with Iran to get rid of their nuclear weapons. Why? Would you like to have them have nuclear weapons? Now, the reality is, of course, that's not what they want. They want to go to war with Iran. So they hate that we did a peace deal where we got rid of their nukes and we could verify it and we could have the United Nations do inspections of all their nuclear plants anytime we want, and even some of their military plants, right? Because they desperately wanted to go to war. So they said thousands upon thousands of people are going to show up. They brought in all their stars. Ted Cruz was there, Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, Glenn Beck, Mark Levin, Michele Bachmann, even Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty. Wow, they're making duck calls. Okay. And what happened? A couple hundred guys showed up. According to a Daily Beast reporter on the scene, she said, it was the usual lot that you usually see at these events that go over and over. There's some dude dressed as literally like a patriot from back in the day, the colonials, and he goes to all the Ted Cruz events and he does this whole get-up with a triangle hat, and he was there. She's like, how you doing? And he was going to go to the next event in Florida. So they got the crew back together to do this nonsense rally after it's already over. The Senate is going to pass it. We already know that now. The votes are in essence in. They have publicly declared that they will support the deal and it will go forward. So, of course, that's when conservatives step in like, oh, we're going to fight it. We've already lost, but we're going to trick our voters into thinking we're still fighting, right? So, of course, they're going to make obnoxious speeches. So when you talk obnoxious speeches, of course, you go to Sarah Palin. Now, listen to what she calls apparently Black Lives Matter protesters.
Oh, and, since our president won't say it, since he still hasn't called off the dogs, we'll say it. Police officers and first responders all across this great land, we got your back. We salute you.
Nails on a chalkboard, man. Who looks at that and goes like, yeah, the one guy, wait the bed, yeah. Yeah, that's mine. Ooh, I'd love it if she were in charge. Now, she seemed to call black protesters dogs there. Look, I'm going to ironically not criticize her too much for that because she doesn't know what she's saying. I mean, she's such a knucklehead. She's so stupid. Like, and not that I put it past her, but for her to refer to it in that way, like she's, I didn't call it the dog, blah, 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 blah. And then later she was talking about unicorns and no one understands what she's saying. She doesn't even know what she's saying. But, the usual vitriolic stuff, trying to paint the other side as subhuman. We've seen it before. Okay, so by the way, it's so nails on the chalkboard. Now even Glenn Beck, who was also at the rally, who used to love her, has flipped on her. Listen to him.
I don't care what Sarah Palin says anymore. Sarah Palin has become a clown. I'm embarrassed that I was once for Sarah Palin. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. Why do I say that about Sarah Palin? How could you possibly say that about Sarah Palin? Because I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know what she stands for. I saw a clip of her talking to Donald Trump. What the hell is that? I don't even know who she is anymore. I don't know what she stands for. I don't know.
Dude, when Beck thinks you're a clown, you got issues. Okay, and you're on his side? Now, this might be a little personal, by the way. Get a load of what he said afterwards.
She doesn't know what I stand for. We had a falling out long ago because she listened to people who were lying to her about me. Fine. Don't care. I don't care.
It kind of sounds like you do care. There's a little bit of, she said mean things about me. Well, I don't like her anymore. He also says very similar things about Donald Trump. I don't care if he comes on this show or doesn't come on this show. Sounds like you care. Okay, so these guys are at each other's throats. This is fun for everybody. Now, like I said, the Daily Beast was there, and they then went and talked to the protesters, the people who were there for the rally. They found a guy named J.D. Brown, and he's got the big beard. He works at a Harley-Davidson shop and doing manufacturing. That's great, American. So I would normally like the guy. I mean, sounds like a regular, great, American citizen, and he's bothered to go all the way out. I think he's from California. Go all the way out to D.C., protest, take part in, the whole process until you listen to him, and you're like, So there's women in pink T-shirts protesting for peace as a counter-protest to what these guys are doing. presumably code pink, but I'm not sure. And so this J.D. Braun goes up to them and starts yelling, "All we are saying is shut the fuck up! Everybody, all we are saying is shut the fuck up!" Oh, I see. You're the cooler heads. Oh, liberals are all emotional and they're not to be trusted. You guys are the rational ones. I see. Okay. And then another protester jumps in with this guy and says to those women, "Shame on you, foolish pink shirts!" Okay, that'll get him. And then he continues, "All you are saying is give bombs a chance to murder innocent people." No, I'm pretty sure they're saying the exact opposite of that. They were chanting by give peace a chance, let's not bomb people. Okay, not very bright. Okay, now I want to go back to Braun for a second, because to me this is the most important part. The question is this a difference of opinion? You know, the mainstream media always does that. Well, they say this and they say that, and I don't know, it's 50-50, right? But it's not 50-50. Braun said, I don't want them, referring to Iran, I don't want them to get $150 billion of taxpayer money so they can buy conventional weapons, so they can develop nuclear weapons, so they can terrorize Israel and the rest of the democratic free world. Well, then I got good news for you, JD. They're not going to get $150 billion of taxpayer money. You know how much taxpayer money they get? Nothing. Not one single cent. It's not our money. Are you crazy? We're going to give Iran $150 billion? Every head in the country would have exploded if we'd done that. Every Republican would have grabbed a pitchfork and rushed to the White House. No. The allies, in this case, Britain, France, Germany, China, Russia, the U.S., all froze Iranian assets. It's their money that they traded for oil, but we froze it anyway. We got China and Russia to work with us to freeze Iranian assets and not give them their own money. Now, in return for not developing nuclear weapons, we are releasing the money we took hostage that was theirs in the first place. That's an awesome deal for us. So they're not getting any taxpayer money. This is not a he said, she said. This is not a matter of opinion. They're wrong on the facts. But they love to scream, they love to shout and make nonsensical comments. But the reality is the whole rally is a sham. They don't know what the hell they're rallying for. Iranians are not getting any taxpayer money. We got them to get rid of their nuclear program for nothing, for just simply giving back the money that we had captured from them that was theirs in the first place. Now, you like that? You like that we took their money hostage and then gave it back to them? Okay, I kind of like it. I didn't want their nuclear weapons program. I'm not sure it was the right thing to do, but I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad that it worked. But it wasn't our money, and you should be ecstatic about this deal. Okay. And, of course, you had the usual Tea Party signs there about Obama. They had one with a big picture of him that said communist, and then underneath it said, America's biggest terrorist. No deal, you idiot. Of course. The guy who got us the great deal is the idiot that took away Iran's nukes so they can't nuke anyone, including Israel or us, is the idiot. And the guys who don't know any of the facts, they're the brilliant ones. Yeah, that makes sense.